I'm Nicole Fendi. I am the numbers whisperer, and yes, that's trademarked. But I'm also a game designer, and I have been doing work with creative entrepreneurs for over a decade. And generally, creative entrepreneurs have a very small budget, and they need to do a lot on a little to nothing. So today, in this session, we're going to be talking about how can you leverage that in game design. Like I said, if you have any questions afterwards, feel free to talk to me because I'm going to try to get us done on time. All right, so what are we going to talk about? Software, because it's the bane of my existence. We all need it, but it's expensive. Handstaffel, who gets the reference? Raise your hand. Oh, not many. Ever heard of Robert Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land? He coined this phrase, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Handstaffel. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And then, because every game designer struggles with graphics, images, things, before you're ready to commit to buying art from an artist, and I'm going to borrow the thing that someone did earlier today, the first speaker, I am talking again this afternoon about how to work with freelancers. So come if you want to learn how to hire. I have, hired with illustrators and things like that. Okay. And because he also said cat pictures were cool, this is my newly adopted cat. Her name is Chicken Nugget. I kid you not, Chicken Nugget, that's what the shelter named her. And she immediately decided this is a prototype that is getting printed right now at GameCrafter. I did a rush. So you can see it tomorrow. So she was helping me. So I got the whole, so Chicken Nugget. Okay. Lifetime software deals. So they do exist. Now there's some risks associated with them, but there are also a lot of benefits. I have successfully been able to get, I'd say like 80 to 90% of my software needs are met with lifetime deals, so I do not pay recurring fees, including updates. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't answer me, I'm going to keep you here through lunch. Okay, my preferred resource, which is this QR code here, is AppSumo. By a raise of hands, I know Heather, because she and I are big fans of it. Any of you heard of AppSumo? Okay, I got a couple. If there is one thing you take away from this session, it's AppSumo. It is like the home of lifetime deals that are actually good. You can try any software on there for 60 days and get your money back, which is amazing. And one time there was a deal I bought where the provider completely flaked, and 6 months later they refunded my money. They didn't have to, and they did. I have bought my project management software there. I have a whole bunch. We're going to do a couple examples. There's a couple others I'm giving you here. I'm not promoting them only because I haven't used them. I've done research on them. These are legitimate. They've been around for a while. However, I can tell you I use AppSumo and have saved a buttload of money. That's a technical term, a buttload of money. Things to consider before you buy. This is really important because all lifetime deals are not created equal. Okay, they are not. There are some that's going to be just a big time suck. So what do you want to think about? First of all, don't buy it because it's cool. I don't know about you, but I'm a geek and I love software. So I see software and I'm like, oh, that's so neat. I want it. Well, it's not like the parts table at Protospiel. You can't just keep taking, right? Confirm it's a lifetime deal. Even on AppSumo, sometimes it's not. Make absolutely sure that you really are getting a lifetime deal. Look at reviews. This is huge, and I'm actually going to go over here really quick to, let's see. This is a deal we're going to talk about in a minute. This is the actual AppSumo website, and I want to show you when you're on. Why not?
What's that?
They're not seeing my screen when I switch to.
You have to just change that on your.
Oh, maybe I have to exit.
You can use Alt-Tab or.
I did. Hold on. I think it might be because I have to stop Aha. There. Thank you guys for letting me know. All right, so this is a deal we're going to talk about in a few minutes. There are, you can see right here, reviews, okay? And the great thing about AppSumo, another reason I love it, is because the people who buy the deals are very vociferous in their reviews. Like, if they don't like something, they'll say it. If they like it, they'll say it. And when you look at a review, the even better is you can see how many deals they've bought. So one time there was a deal I was looking at and I went, okay, that looks like a bunch of single purchase reviews. It looked as though they were kind of paying people to do fake reviews, and it made me very nervous. Whereas here, with this dude, deals bought 155. Okay, this is somebody who's serious about their software, and so I'm going to listen more to their opinion. Okay, we're gonna, going back to here. How do I, there, okay. Experience and longevity of creator. The other thing is, again, this is why I love AppSumo, they will do a little bit about the creator. So read their background. If they sound like a fly-by-night person, well, you probably don't want to buy their software, right? This is, in essence, people go to AppSumo, because if you're I get asked this all the time. Why would they do this? Why would they give it to me for a lifetime? Nobody sells lifetime software. These are young companies, and they're looking for capital. So basically, they're crowdfunding some of their startup expenses, and they're looking for you to help basically to market. Because deals that I've bought on AppSumo that work well, I tell people about them, even when the deal's gone. And they know that these users will do that. So they view it as a way to get paid to market, because you're giving them money, and generating capital to help them fund their growth. That's why it makes sense to them. These are always limited, though. They don't stick around forever. Any questions so far? And if you're shy, I don't have a really cool app to ask me. So maybe find the person in your row who's not shy and have them ask me. Okay, oh, and determine who will implement it, because somebody's got to. Okay, this is a deal that I bought. If you do anything where you need more complex forms or forms that have automation attached to it and everything else, and in my case had to take file uploads and a bunch of other things, I was using JotForm, and I was paying out the butt, basically. I was paying $408 annually, and that's a deal that's going on right now. I think it was even more than that. And I was frustrated and fed up, and this deal came up on AppSumo, Formaloo, which it's back for a limited time right now. That's the QR code for it. Formaloo came up. I paid, and my deal was even cheaper, but $99 once, versus $408 annually, and I know I was paying more than that when I still had it. And the limitations, that's the lowest, sorry, that is the lowest level. There's even higher levels. This alone has saved me, because I've had it now for, I think, 2 years. I mean, it's probably saved me $1 or $2 grand, given what my run rate that I was at with JotForm. Just this one deal. Another one, and I threw this one in here because I don't have Flowloo, which is another AppSumo deal. I bought a project management software called Nifty, which is no longer available. I paid $60 for it 3 years ago, and I still use it every day on multiple projects. Now, anyone who knows anything about project management software, and I know someone's talking about that, is that speaker here? Okay, awesome. Project management software can be expensive, right? And now I'm not saying it's not worth it, because I believe it's worth it. I'm sure you will have your opinion and talk about it. But for example, like Asana, there's a free version, but it's very limited. So annually, this should say 10 users, because I did lifetime deals 10 users. The lifetime deal for 10 users is like the annual is like over $1,000, maybe $2,000, versus This is $99 once for 10 users. And I'm going to defer to you to talk more about what is good project management software later. Because you what? Well, there you go. So the nice thing is you can go to AppSumo and get people's opinions and see. Like I said, I use this nifty software, $60. I mean, that's like 1 month of a lot of software, and I'm still using it. I'm checking the time because, okay, we're good. I added this next slide in because we were just talking about this in the first session. You want to do giveaways? AppSumo also has something called KingSumo, and it does giveaways. And this is an actual giveaway I'm running for, I publish a magazine with a business colleague and do some creativity stuff. And we're running a promo right now. So if you scan that, you can enter our competition or giveaway for free. And you can see the cool thing about KingSumo is you enter it and that gives you 1 entry. And then after you enter, it prompts you. And it says like, get more entries if you share on Facebook, get more entries if you share on Instagram, get more entries if you email someone, get more entries if you click this link. And basically it helps you, I'm not saying it's instant viral, but it helps you create that. And it's a one-time cost. I think it's $49, I'd have to double check. So is the speaker still here from this morning, the first one? No. Well, he was talking about the giveaways and promotions. Super cost effective because if you pay for software like this, again, you're going to be spending easily a couple $100 a year for it. Any questions about lifetime deal software? It's not too good to be true because of the reasons I told you about, like, there's business purposes for it. Okay, one more on software and then we're gonna move on to images. I hate Photoshop because they went to a subscription model. They are evil. So it's just my personal opinion, and yes, I know this is going online and I don't care, they're evil. There are 3 options that I can recommend to you. First is Inkscape, and I don't know if Alicia's in here right now, because I know Alicia uses it a lot. I know she's here, but Inkscape, and also Inkscape can create SVG files, which if you want to do SVG on the Game Crafter, they have it. If you have an Apple product, you can get Procreate. I don't do Apple. I don't have Apple products. I know. So I have Affinity, which is a European company someone told me about. They've been around for quite a while. It's a lifetime deal.
It's good software.
It's awesome software. They have a photo, they have Designer, which again, you can do SVG files in, and they have a publisher one. So my magazine actually uses that to do the publishing prep work. So if you're doing like maybe a very rules heavy manual, or you're doing an RPG type thing, that actually the publisher version could be super useful, and they all talk to each other. They're running a deal right now. I think you can get all 3 of them for like 120 bucks. Is it 99?
I think so.
Okay.
That was the Black Friday deal.
Oh, was it? Because they just announced version 2.
Yeah, they have a version 2 coming out. So if you hate Photoshop, and so this one, the QR codes go to my suggestions is Affinity. I cannot stress that enough, and if you have any questions on using it, I'm happy to help you. Okay. We're nearing the end of specific software. We're going to do graphics and some other stuff in a minute. Is there a type of software you're looking for or have been trying to find an alternative for that we haven't talked about, and you're wondering, where might I look? Yes?
Map creation?
Ooh, map creation. It's beeping at me. Sorry, I'm really loud. Go this way?
Yeah.
Okay. Map creation. When we get to more about graphics, a lot of great map creation can be done in programs like Photoshop, Procreate, or Affinity with something called brushes. So I have some resources I can suggest on brushes that you can use to create maps. So we'll cover that further in a little bit. Did you have a question, Sam? I'm just picking on you because you're in the front. Anyone else? Okay, we're doing TANSTAAFL. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. I cannot tell you over my decade plus time working as a consultant with small businesses, they say, but it's free. You know, I get this and it's free. Okay, how much time are you spending doing it? Because time truly is your most precious asset. Think about it. You can't roll it over to next month. You can't bank it. You can't borrow it. You can't buy it. It's here and then it's gone. And you only have so many hours in a day. Most people are not full-time game designers. You know, and maybe you are, great, yay for you, but most people aren't. So time truly is this thing you have to manage really carefully. And I see people who get so caught up in, oh, I don't want to spend $10 on that or $20 on this. And I'm like, well, how much time is it going to take you to replicate that with a free tool? Or if you're not the expert in it, it might take you 10 hours to figure it out when you could pay someone to do it in an hour. So you really do need to think about how much time am I willing to give up? What do you earn in an hour? So if you have a job where you either bill by the hour or you have a salary, you can figure out your hourly rate for a salary pretty easily. Just take your salary, annual salary, and divide by 2,000. That's 50 weeks, 40 hours a week. That gives you a rough number for hourly. Are you going to spend at least an hour? So let's say your hourly rate is 20 bucks. Is it going to take you at least an hour to do it yourself? Okay. Is it less than $20? What might I want to spend my money on? And the other piece is experience. We can't be good at everything. So if it's something where you can pay to have someone else's years or decades of experience versus you spending 20, 30, 40, 50 hours making all those mistakes till you get to where they are, does it make sense? There is no such thing as a free lunch. When you say it's free, no, it's not. Or like Facebook, because I admit I don't like Facebook. You are the product. They are selling your information. So there's always a price attached to anything. It's never free. For me, the question I ask, because I have a now teenager, she's 14. I don't have any cute pictures of her, so I'm sorry. But I have a teenager, and I look at that and go, okay, how many more years before she's gone to college and has her own life? And that time I can't get back. If it's pay for this and have time for her, it's worth it to me. So there's that part too. You know, are you giving up time with people or doing things that's valuable to you? Okay, I put what is your time worth? And JT walked in, I swear to God, he did not pay me to do this. I did promote a lot of other software, but I love Component Studio. And yes, it's a subscription and I pay it every month. Because, you guys, who does not know what Component Studio is? Anybody not know? Okay. I'm going to give my 10-second spiel, but JT wrote it. Component Studio allows you to generate from files of information massive amounts of like cards and things like that. So you can update, like if you have formatting on a page and you want to update on a card and you need to update 30 cards, if you do it right, you just have to make the change once and it just boop, fixes all the cards, as an example. It's a huge time saver, huge. And it also connects directly with the Game Crafter, so you can just hit export to Game Crafter, and it puts it all in there. It also can export to some tabletop simulators. I don't remember which ones. So it just is a huge time save, well worth a subscription. Of course, if they ever offered a lifetime deal, I'd buy it. $1,000. Well, maybe not. but it's, again, one of those, I often see people talk about, well, why would I pay a subscription? It's back to time is your most precious resource. And if it takes you, with your current system, 3 hours to update all of your cards, think what you could have been doing. You could have been play testing. You could have been, designing even more stuff. That's the kind of thing where it ends up being worth it. And finally, there are times it actually is better to just pay someone else. We're going to talk about freelancers this afternoon. I can't do like full-on art illustration. I can't. And if I tried, it would be bad. So I pay someone else to do it. We all have our own unique skill set. Don't try to get mediocre at one thing when you could be really kick-ass at something else. You think about people who excel in their field, right? We had football a little while ago, okay? I'm in Green Bay, so I can say this. I live in Minnesota. I'm not in Green Bay, I'm in Wisconsin. I live in Minnesota now. I'm a Packers fan, okay? Brett Favre didn't go off and try to be a painter on his off days, right? He was a football quarterback, and that's what he did. That was his thing. If you think of anyone who truly excels at something, they don't have 5 other things they do so-so. They get someone else to do it. Okay, I have to share this before we get into images because I love science and numbers. It's easy to want to skip visuals. Here are the statistics. What I think is most amazing is this. The human brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. That's amazing, 60,000 times faster. And they'll remember it better. We talked about a little bit in the last session, cognitive load. Images reduce your cognitive load. So if you're trying to design a game and you're trying to reduce the cognitive load, can you use icons? Can you use images to represent what's happening rather than words? Because it will reduce the cognitive load. And now we're going to get into graphic images. We're doing free. Now, there is a session this afternoon. Is the attorney here? We have an attorney talking later.
That's Mike.
Okay. Mike is talking later about intellectual property and legal protections, copyright, all that. I'm just going to say, please pay attention to that so you don't get into trouble. I'm not going to speak on it any further than that. Free meaning free, and when I say free, I mean it's royalty free as well. You don't have to pay royalties. You might have to give credit. Anybody know Unsplash? Okay. So I'm just gonna, I have to opt out again. There we go. I've loaded these up. Oh, I guess it's not. Here, we'll just do it here. What's an image somebody's been looking for recently and they've been struggling? It's not a trick question. Give me something.
Hot dog.
Hot dog, okay. Okay, so when you go to Unsplash and you pull up hot dog, it's important to note this top part costs money, which is fine. If you want it, you can go pay for it and so on and so forth. Then there's the section that I love that's free. And so for example, you go here and you have this image, you can download it, some of them do require like giving, basically saying who created the image. Again, see the attorney session. But you can get tons of amazing images for just about anything absolutely free to use in a commercial setting, including print. My magazine actually does use some of these images in our paid printed magazine, as long as you make sure you have the rights. Anybody curious about anything else? Okay, I'm gonna let's put in cat, because cat's supposed to be awesome. Oh. Okay. Go back to, sorry, this is not user friendly. Another one is publicdomainreview.org. This is especially if you want older images, because at least in the US, images after a certain point, the copyright falls away. I don't remember exactly how many years, but basically stuff, especially if it's over 100 years old, there's no copyright on it anymore unless somebody's actively maintaining it. So you go to this website and there is a gazillion. I mean, it's just amazing. And they, on their newsletter, they even send out like, oh, did you know about this or that? Which also leads to a couple other ones. I don't know if you knew this, Smithsonian Public Access. Again, thousands of images that you can, and I think, will this be available online, the presentation?
All these will be put out on YouTube.
Okay, so you guys will also have access to this online, or like I said, I'm always happy to talk to you about it. And this one is why is it not up there? Oh, this is actually where most of Van Gogh's work is. It's a Dutch museum. However, they have an amazing, also, plethora of art out there. I know I have a friend, Josiah, that Heather and I both know. He's doing like a war game that's like old times. So he was pulling out historical images of, like what did people look like in the Roman era, that sort of thing. So you can find images like that. Okay, what if you can't find it for free? So Creative Market is one that I love, and now I'm going to come back to your question from earlier, because Creative Market also has, if you notice here, they have add-ons, and you can do add-ons. So they have Photoshop, Lightroom, and see, I recommended Procreate and Affinity. So if you go to that, the brushes are ways you can just add different types of texture and things like that. Oh, they're running a sale. And you can put in something. So you said map, because I've actually bought some map stuff off here. So let's do a search for map creator. Oh, right there. Oops, sorry. Map creator. So, and you'll see here the price that's listed. These are royalty free. And I think printing up to like, I don't know, some crazy number like 200,000 copies or something. If you hit that, you can afford to go up in the license. Right? You can even pick price range. So let's say we just want to do it as an add-on. So we can actually pick if we just wanted to see affinity brushes. Now, quickly we've sorted to that. And so this one, I actually have this one, and it works really well. You do want to make sure you're buying commercial. Because personal, you can't use, for a game or anything, but commercial. And they'll show you, for example, what things you can make. I don't know, has anybody been out on a site like this before? No? Okay. And when you think about it, it's $24, but then you have it forever, and you can make so many cool things with this. So they have little islands that you can use, patterns, $24. They also have a membership option. I don't do it because, I kind of wax and wane, and their prices are very reasonable anyway. And this isn't even on sale. What's something else you might want to create? Like we had maps. What else?
There's another map maker. It's called Inkcarnate, Inkarnate.
Inkcarnate?
Yep.
Like that?
Yeah, JT and I saw it at Gen Con. And it has, let me see,
It has, okay, so wherever I'm going is not a safe site. So
Yeah.
INK.
Yeah,
Take the
and
C
then
out.
take the C out.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know where you were going.
I'm a numbers person, not an English major.
But it makes really high-end maps.
Wow.
JT was really impressed with how it looked. Like, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
The interface may not be, for creation, may not be as cool, but that would be one to at least check out if you want high-end maps.
That's super sweet. I did not know. Is that new? Are they relatively?
The first time we saw it was at Gen Con. They're tools, if you like scroll down just for a second, like you should be able to see like the maps are
Oh,
super
wow.
high-end fantasy. They have all sorts of templates and things, but
Ooh,
yeah.
very nice. I'm adding this to my list.
Yeah, and there is a free version, but I don't know the differences between the two. Anyway, sounds okay.
No, thank you. I didn't know this existed. It's awesome. Cool. Anything, oh, and here, since I'm in here, this is the public domain review. And this just gives you, you can see some things. They have old books. Like if you, I've gone and downloaded stuff that scans of old books. It's just really amazing. And it's free, which is my favorite part. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to Creative Fabrica because something else that's cool. I have not tried this yet. However, they have some really cool SVG files on here. So when we go to, wait, let me go to my favorites. 'Cause there's one I haven't bought yet, but it's pretty cool. So you can get like templates, things like this, where, yes, I know, for example, Alicia did create one puzzle template that's out, and what is that called? The asset, digital asset part of GameCrafter.
Okay, yeah.
I know she's got that out there, but if you're looking for other things, they have all sorts of laser cut templates, and those you can use on the GameCrafter as long as you make sure it's for the right material. There's one that has a hinge that I haven't tried yet. It's like it's not a hinge, but it's like it allows you to bend something.
Okay.
You'll see. I am gonna do it, and I'll send you a picture, Tavis, when I've got it done.
Yeah, people have done like 3D, like treasure chests and stuff.
Treasure chests,
where
yeah.
You make slits in it, you're not cutting all the way through it, and then that gives the ability to move the chipboard ever so slightly.
Yes,
To complete the top.
I have like a SVG file that's supposed to do that. I just haven't.
It's like Hero Quest furniture.
Cool. Okay. Let's go back to here. Okay, so if you're, and then Games Icon Net, actually JT was the one who told me about that. It's like just game stuff. So if you don't know, icons for games. So if you don't know about it, you definitely want to know about it, and it's free. Then a fellow game designer told me about Noun Project, which I think if you're a student, you can get it really cheap. I only pay $30 a year, and you can there's literally millions of icons. I see some nodding. You use it too?
For my prototype that I have here, it's all Noun Project stuff.
He was saying his prototype is all Noun Project because you literally pay $30. You can download anything you want all year long, and you have the rights to use it forever, even after your annual subscription is up. So if you're stuck on an icon, because again, we were talking about cognitive load, and you want to reduce cognitive load, then using images helps do that. And it also helps with making things more accessible if someone's colorblind. I know for me, I always try to if I have a color, I try to have an icon with the color if it's necessary for gameplay to make it so that it's accessible. You know, I have a friend who, he said there's someone who is colorblind in his playgroup, and he talks about, you know, how that can be hard at times when you have someone in your playgroup and then they can't see the difference in certain things. So I have been trying to go really fast. I made it really fast. I might even get us out early. But my question to you now is there something else we haven't talked about that you're struggling to find a resource for? Because I got a lot up in my brain, and sometimes I just need someone to ask me. So this was the key things I could think of for that I know I hear designers complain about not having or not wanting to spend a lot of money on. Or if you want, I can go do a search on one of those to find something. Yes, in the back.
I needed some images of actual historical figures.
Mhm.
I wasn't finding good public domain stuff, so I actually used Midjourney, one of those AI programs, which has a very reasonable subscription fee.
Yep.
And those also, you're free to use them commercially. I'm sure they can use them for what, I'm sure they have the rights to it too. But it actually did a really good job of generating historical figures, and I use it for some other art and different things.
Midjourney? Is that what it's called?
Midjourney. It's
Midjourney?
actually through Discord.
Oh, okay.
You go into Discord and give it, it's kind of set, but you type a command into Discord and it generates the artwork.
Okay, so, and I'm repeating this because we're also doing a stream, is Midjourney is it's available through Discord.
It's midjourney.com.
Okay.
And it's the one that the person won the Colorado art contest using it. So it was fairly controversial.
Midjourney?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. I will say, I'm not going to voice an opinion one way or the other. I know AI generated images. There's some debate about that. I have no opinion I care to share on it. But this is an AI generator, but you access it through Discord?
Yeah, you access it through Discord.
Huh.
It takes a little practice to figure out what it's doing, but then once you get it, it's really straightforward.
And is this free or is there a cost? How does it?
You get up to 25 images free to test it out, and it's $10 a month, I believe.
Okay, so you're saying 25 images and then $10 a month?
And
Yes.
I think you get 200 images at that rate, and then there's a $30 a month for unlimited.
Oh, okay.
There's a pro rate, there's a few different tier options.
Along those lines, I looked at Midjourney and the cost was there's another one called Night Cafe.
Nightcafe.com,
and that one has daily credits that you can download. So you can go in and get 5 credits just by clicking on it.
Oops, night, did I spell it wrong?
I think that was what it was. I could be wrong on the name, but exactly.
Maybe you need a www, no?
Get rid of the .com and let Google find it.
Yeah, or nightcafe.ai or something like that. But basically, every day I go in, I just click on it, I get 5 more credits, and then when I want to do my
Nightcafe.studio.
when I do have to do my things like that, I have a stack of credits there.
So here's another one, nightcafe.studio. And so he was saying that you can get credits. I'm just going to summarize and say you can get credits. It's a cost-effective way to also generate AI art.
I will add that you can run Stable Diffusion actually locally too. So you can,
Stable Diffusion?
yes.
Okay. We are beyond my skill set now, which, hey, look, I'm more than happy to admit we're beyond my skill set. That's what, having a brain trust is all about. Stable Diffusion? Hugging Face Company? Is that right?
Yeah.
And that's what came up. Okay, and so can you give us the 5-cent tour of what is Stable Diffusion?
It's basically AI generating art.
Oh.
But on this Hugging Face website, you will find different models, and you can actually run their software that you can actually run on your computer and use your GPU to generate art.
Okay, so that in case you can hear it, that it's again an AI generator. You can use your own CPU to run it on your computer, correct?
Yes.
And is it free or it has pricing? But is it like royalty free, that sort of thing? That's I was.
The models will probably have their own terms on them.
Oh, there we go. It looks inexpensive, but so there's another one. So if you're looking at AI, we've now given you 3 really good ones. Yes.
I'll give you one more.
Okay.
I use Wombo by Dream. It's a phone app, and there's a free version.
Wombo?
It just has ads, or you can get the free version.
Okay, and she's saying you can get Wombo. There's free that's ad supported. So now I get to go. I have not played with AI generated images, so now I have stuff I can go play with later.
So it's probably worth mentioning that there's not a lot of case law about intellectual property for AI. I'm not a lawyer, but I would not be eager to sell anything that was using these at this point.
So he's saying that the legal, well, we have an attorney who's talking this afternoon. I am not an attorney and I don't play one on TV. So this afternoon, I will say is it's always good if you're not sure to ask someone who specializes in IP because it is very specialized law.
Or read the terms of service on their site. That's probably going to be the bottom line thing. Go to their TOS and see what it says about commercial use.
So Tavis is saying also read the terms of service because I know very few people actually do that.
Yep. And take a screenshot of it and just keep it on Dropbox or wherever your art is.
Yep.
Because if you can show that at some point when you used it, that was their terms of service, then that should hold. Again, not a lawyer, but that would be something to ask Mike tonight
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock.
Is that when he's talking? At 8?
8 o'clock, Mike
Okay.
is doing.
I saw a hand up back there. It was,
I was gonna say, I know for sure for this one that they have said publicly for Wombo that, and it's in their terms of service that the art you generate is yours.
okay, so Wombo, she's saying have stated that, and it's in their terms of service that for Wombo, the art you generate is yours. Again, I am not an attorney. And I have a good friend that's an IP attorney, and I usually just go to her when I have trouble, or I try to prevent trouble when I do things in advance. And that I will say, and I'm not promoting any one attorney. That's a place where spend a little, save a lot, because I have heard. I mean, no, she's never shared names or identifying things, but we work out together, and and she'll tell me just stories where there's no way I'd know who it was, so she's not giving away anything privacy related. And oh my God, if you just spend a few $100 up front to have an attorney look at it, can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Sometimes you might even lose something. Like I have a trademark. If you think you want to trademark something, do it now. Don't wait. That's my public service announcement for attorneys. And we're just about out on time. I have, let's go back to, I think my last slide is very simply, come on. Sometimes Word makes me angry. Yep.